Hi, children. Welcome to another class. In this session, we are going to discuss the GMains paper conducted on 3rd September 2020 morning shift exam paper. Right? So, we have the first question available. The complex that can show optical activity is trans diamine tetracyanido iron complex, cis diamine tetracyanido iron complex, cis dichlorido dioxalato chromium complex, and the trans variety also. A very simple question based on the informations in the textbook itself, and you can easily understand the optical active variety will be the third choice. For cis molecule, you can see cis molecule will only show the optical activity, while in all other molecules you can find a plane of symmetry available. All other molecules, including the trans variety, there is plane of symmetry available and it is optically inactive, while cis will form non-superimposable mirror images to each other and the molecule is chiral in nature. Next question. An organic compound A molecular formula given was hydrolyzed with dilute sulfuric acid to give a carboxylic acid B and alcohol C. Oxidation of C with chromium oxide with the sulfuric acid produces the B product. Which of the following structure are not possible for A? So all given are esters. Esters upon hydrolyzed you get a carboxylic acid and a alcohol, that is B and C. Now among that obtained alcohol when oxidized you are getting that carboxylic acid. That is the point. Now anyway, before starting the discussion itself, one choice will be out of discussion because it is given 10 carbon atoms here, and here you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 only. So that itself will not come, that itself will not come. You can see this is what happening in the molecules, this is what happening in the molecules. See, according to the intended answer, we can see option first choice, it is breaking over here, you are getting a carboxylic acid and alcohol, and now this alcohol upon oxidation you will get this acid. So that choice is true for the condition, but you can see the second one, there is only 8 carbon, that too must not include in the question, and the intended answer key by the NTA is third one, I believe. You can see this molecule will give you such a alcohol, such a alcohol and a carboxylic acid. You are getting this part as the carboxylic acid and this part as the alcohol, and this alcohol upon oxidation you want to get this acid. It is not interconvertible by oxidation. This alcohol will not be giving that particular carboxylic acid, and that was the intention of the question, are not possible for A. So the key actually intended is third choice, but unfortunately, see, as far as second one is concerned, that is satisfying the conditions that upon hydrolysis we will get a carboxylic acid and alcohol. We will get a carboxylic acid and alcohol, and that alcohol 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 carbon atom, 1 2 3 only. Oh, that is also, see that 1 2 3 4 carbon atom, here also 1 2 3, yeah, there is 4 carbon atom, but unfortunately it is not printed came here correctly. Uh, so definitely, this is not given correctly here. So this is what the carboxylic acid, and this is what the alcohol part, and that alcohol will give you that carb. See, that is satisfying the conditions incorporated in the question. But unfortunately, that is not falling under the formula. It is not satisfying the formula. Actually, there are two choices, but according to these conditions hinted, the answer key is third one. But second choice also not falling under the criterion because it is not having the enough number of carbon atom as is indicated in the question. That is the problem. So hope you understand what happens is the given ester upon hydrolysis you get a carboxylic acid and alcohol, and that alcohol upon oxidation you get the other carboxylic acid. That is what the condition. When you go to the fourth choice also, you are getting a carboxylic acid. This is the carboxylic acid and this is the alcohol what we are talking about. And that alcohol upon oxidation you will get the corresponding carboxylic acid. You see, this is the carboxylic acid part, this is the carboxylic acid part, this is the alcohol part. You can easily understand the symmetry available there, and this alcohol obtained, that is the alcohol obtained upon oxidation, you will get the corresponding carboxylic acid. So that also satisfying the condition. So third choice is the reported answer. Unfortunately, second choice, there is a lack of number of carbon atom available, right? Next question. If the boiling point of H2O is 373 Kelvin, the boiling point of H2S is, we know the boiling point of H2O, similarly ammonia, similarly HF. When compared with the other hydrides in the family, they got abnormally high boiling point due to hydrogen bonding. We all know that. So it is the fact that H2O is in the liquid state while H2S is in the gaseous state and is having lower boiling point only. So the answer is water molecule. Water is having 373 boiling point while the other one is having much less than that. Second choice is the correct answer, lesser, because it is not having the hydrogen bonding while in water molecule, and when you talk about in ammonia, when you talk about in HF, that means comparing with the corresponding hydrides in the family, we can see they have abnormally high boiling point due to high molecular attraction, which is due to hydrogen bonding present. Second choice is the correct answer. Next question. In a molecule of pyrophosphoric acid, the number of POH, PO and POP bonds are respectively. Textbook question only. And the molecular structures of oxoacids of phosphorus you have to learn. All structures you have to learn. And this is the structure of pyrophosphoric acid where you have POH. There are 4 POH and is giving tetra basic character. And there are PO. Each phosphorus will have at least one PO definitely, and a POP there is one. 421 is the correct answer. Fourth choice. Similarly, you have to examine the molecular structures of various other oxo acids of phosphorus also. Next question. It is true that a zero order reaction is a single step reaction. A second order reaction is always a multi-step reaction. First order reaction is always a single step reaction. A zero order reaction is a multi-step reaction. See, only one point we can accept is a zero order reaction, not necessarily maintaining a simple mechanism, and it will be a multi-step reaction. A zero order reaction is a single step reaction. We can't accept that choice. A second order reaction always multi-step. We can't say first order reaction always single step. We can't say. So that is the answer. Fourth choice is the correct answer. Next question. Which of the following compounds produces an optically inactive compound on hydrogenation? Optically inactive compound on hydrogenation. Yet another simple question only. Which will produce optically inactive. See, upon simple investigation, we can find second choice will be the answer. Why? Because that upon reduction, you will get a symmetric system. That upon reduction, you will get a symmetric system. This part turns symmetric as this double bond is eliminated, and that becomes a single bond. And now both the part of the molecule becomes symmetric. I mean same group. Therefore, it loses the chirality. Now it is a chiral molecule, but upon reduction, when that double bond goes, both the part becomes identical. While in the first case, even if the double bond is removed, the second part is different and the chirality is maintained. While if you see here the same scenario, the right hand side part and left hand side part are different. And similarly here also, in all other cases, we can see whether the double bond is present or not, it is not affecting the chiral center. While in the second choice, since there is a double bond, the other part is different from the left hand side part. Once that double bond goes, the chirality is lost because the group becomes same. Next question. So this is what happening. Optically, it becomes optically inactive. Next question. Henry's constant in kilobar for four gases alpha, beta, gamma, delta in water at 298 Kelvin is given. See, KH values are given. The table implies that certain conditions are given which we need to identify which condition will be suitable. Which condition will be suitable. That too is a question which carry a problem. See, the solution when we go through the solved conditions are prepared here, which when you investigate the first choice, the pressure of 5.5 molar solution of gamma is 1 bar. See, for gamma, Kh value is given 2 into 10 power minus 5. So, P is equal to Kh into x. So, it is Kh into x. So, what is x? 5.5 molal. That means number of moles of solute is not 50, sorry, 55.5. So, it is number of moles of solute is 55.5 and number of moles of water is 1000 by 18 as it is given 1 molal. Molal means per kilogram. So, it is 1000 by 18 and when you work out, this is the value you are getting and here it is reported 1 bar. So, you can eliminate that first choice. Now, coming to the second choice in the similar way, the pressure of 55.5 molar solution of delta, the Kh value given 0.5, and in the similar way, number of moles of solute 55.5 and mass of solvent 1 kilogram. When you work out, you are getting 0.249 kilobar, that is 249 bar, which is very close to 250 bar. And there must be a situation. This is an acceptable answer. That is an acceptable answer. And that is what the answer key officially reported. That is what the answer key which is officially reported. But when we go to the other conditions, you see the third choice, solubility of gamma at 308 Kelvin is lower than 298. As all of you know, when the temperature increases, Kh value increases and the solubility decreases. So it is given that solubility is lower at 308 Kelvin, lower than at 298. That means that too is a true statement. That true is a true statement. Now the fourth choice, alpha has highest solubility in water at a given pressure. Alpha has highest solubility. That is a wrong statement as it is having highest KH value. When the KH value is greater, solubility is lower. We know that. So that is not a acceptable statement. But along with the second statement, third statement also. See this, on increasing the temperature, solubility of gases decreases. It's an NCERT statement also. Solubility of gamma at 308 Kelvin is lower than at 298 Kelvin, which is a true statement. As the temperature increases, the solubility decreases. So the official answer key given is second choice, but this also is argumental statement, because we don't have to we are learning that in NCERT, a clear experimental evidences also with the tabulated values also given. Next question. Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect. It's a textbook question. There are two conditions referred for Tyndall effect. Two conditions referred for Tyndall effect. And you know, it is the third statement. Correct answer. Please refer NCERT. The two conditions for performing Tyndall effect regarding the size of the particle and regarding the wavelength of light used. It is commented the diameter of dispersed particle is similar to wavelength of light used. It's commented in the textbook, a textbook question only. Thermal power plants can lead to. Thermal power plants can lead to various kind of oxides, including oxides of nitrogen and sulfur, will create issue, and that will cause mainly acid rain. Third choice is the correct answer. From environmental pollutions. From environmental pollutions, and you can see the diagrammatic representation including given in the textbook. 10th question. The electronic spectrum of TiH2O6 times 3 plus shows a single bond peak with a maximum at 2300 centimeter inverse. The crystal field stabilization energy in kilojoule per mole is. In the actual question, it is given one more data which is not available here. It is given that 1 kilojoule per mole is equal to 83.7 centimeter inverse. Even you can work out that also, but that data was given in the original question. Once that data is available, you can easily find out that delta O, it is 0.4 delta O. How it is 0.4 delta O? Titanium 3 plus. Titanium 3 plus. Titanium atomic number 22, 3 plus is D1 system. So there is one electron system in the T2G orbital, and T2G orbital, you know how it is stabilizing the thing. It is 2 by 5 minus 2 by 5 delta O, that is 0.4 minus 0.4 delta O. So it will be CFS is equal to minus 0.4 delta O, and this is what delta O to be calculated according to the data given in the question, and that will take you to the answer 97 kilojoule per mole. That is the fourth choice. Actually, this data was given along with the question, or you can work out that also, right? Question number 11. Next question. Aqua regia is used for dissolving noble metals, gold, platinum, etc. The gas evolved in this process is an NCERT textbook question where the reactions concerned to aqua regia is explained in the chapter P block elements. where you can see, suppose gold is taken, it is dissolving in aqua regia. Aqua regia is a concentrated solution between concentrated hydrochloric acid and nitric acid in the ratio 3:1, and it gives chloroauric acid. Chloroauric acid producing NO. That is our question. What is the gas evolved during the process? It is NO, third choice. And the reactions are available in the NCERT text itself. Next question. Geldal method. Geldal method of estimation. Geldal method of estimation fails for which of the following reaction products? For which of the following reaction products? We have the reactions given: nitrobenzene with the tin HCl, cyanobenzene with the lithium aluminum hydride, like that. So which product will fail in Geldal method? That is the point. You know, Geldal method is not applicable for, if you haven't learned, please try to learn that. Geldal method is not applicable for diazo compounds. For diazo compounds, when you take up the reaction given here or reaction given here, option C, CH2CN, CH2CN with the tin and HCl, Stefan's reduction, and Stefan's reduction, the final product is aldehyde. For aldehydes, it is not applicable because it is meant for nitrogen, so that is not going to be there. Then it is given amine, aniline with the NaNO2 HCl, that is the reaction D, where you are going to get a diazo compound, that also want to give. So there are two cases. This is C and D. This one and this one will not give you. That is the second choice, the correct answer. While the other ones will give you the test for nitrogen, Geldal's method. The products in A and B, it will give you Geldal method of estimation, while C and D won't. What is the problem with the C? Problem with the C is you are going to get an aldehyde, not applicable. And with the D is, it is aliphatic aromatic amine, aniline, and that is going to give you diazonium compound. And in diazonium compound, nitrogen cannot be quantitatively converted to ammonium sulfate. Next question. The mechanism of SN1 reaction is given as. Mechanism of SN1 reaction. A question connecting to SN1 mechanism. The reported answer key by is basically second choice, basically reported by the NTA key, second choice, A and C. Actually, it will be ABC. You see the reaction given, Rx giving R plus X minus separated pairs. That means it is a SN1 mechanism, carbocation mechanism. And the carbocation SN1 mechanism is known to everyone. The reaction is favored by weak nucleophiles. Weak nucleophiles will go for SN1 mechanism, known to everyone. Number 2, R plus would be easily formed if the substituents are bulky. That too we know, tertiary halides. It will be easily giving the carbocation. The reaction is accompanied by racemization. That too is correct. SN1 mechanism provides racemic mixture. And the last one, the reaction is favored by non-polar solvent, is a wrong statement. So which all observations are correct means there is A, B, C. Option 3 should be the answer. The official key, I think it is given second choice, in which case you can correct it. It is the third choice, A, B, C will come as the correct answer. That is based on the basic characteristics pertaining to SN1 mechanism. Next question. Which of the following compounds possess the most acidic hydrogen? The most acidic hydrogen. All hydrogens are acidic shown here. This hydrogen is acidic in nature. This hydrogen is acidic in nature. Here this is alpha carbon, alpha hydrogen, acidic in nature. But this is the most acidic hydrogen because in conjugation with many keto groups. So this hydrogen is alpha hydrogen for this group as well as this group. And that is the most acidic hydrogen. Fourth choice, you can find the most acidic hydrogen due to the presence of 3 minus R groups, 3 electron withdrawing groups. That turns most acidic hydrogen. The C minus on this will be stabilized greatly by the 3 surrounding CO groups, right? Next question. Glycerol is separated in soap industry by fundamental point, distillation under reduced pressure. You know, glycerol is maintaining a high boiling point, high boiling liquids, and those liquids which are decomposing below the boiling point can be separated by vacuum distillation, distillation under reduced pressure. Next question. Of the species NO, NO plus, NO2 plus, NO minus, the one with the minimum bond strength is, the one with the minimum bond strength is, you can go for writing the bond order and molecular orbital configuration using O2 system. Using O2 system, you can write the configuration, right? And O2 containing 16 electrons. O2 containing 16 electrons. It is satisfied by 8 plus 7 plus 1. So this is giving 16 electron system where the bond order is 2. Where the bond order is 2. And what about NO? NO is having 15 electrons. NO is having 15 electrons. 1 electron removed from the anti-bonding molecular orbital. So the bond order increases 2.5. Bond order increases 2.5. And now NO plus having 1 more electron removed from the anti-bonding molecular orbital. Remember, we are talking about the O2 configuration. 1 more electron removed from the anti-bonding molecular orbital. So the bond order will be 3, NO plus. And NO2 plus, 1 more electron removed from now bonding molecular orbital. Therefore, the value will be 2.5. 2.5. So the value from here 0.5 will decrease because from here to here, see here to here, anti-bonding electron removed, so bond order increases. From here to here, anti-bonding electron removed, so bond order increases. From here to here, bonding electron removes and therefore the bond order decreases. And now the point is minimum bond strength. Minimum bond strength means minimum bond order. Minimum bond order having fourth choice. Therefore, the minimum bond strength NO minus is the answer. Minimum bond strength NO minus. So, fourth choice as the correct answer. Next one. That is what tabulated here. Atomic number of element unnilinium. 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 Un means 1, nil means 0. N is 9. That is 109. Meitnerium. Next one. Un means 1, nil means 0, N means 9. That's all. Next one. An acidic buffer is obtained on mixing. An acidic buffer is obtained on mixing. Acidic buffer should contain a weak acid and its conjugate base, a weak acid and its salt. So which choice will contain the acidic buffer? First one we have excess of NaOH. Second one we have equal quantity of acid and alkali. Third one we have HCl with CH3COO Na. And fourth choice we have 100 ml 0.1 molar HCl with NaCl, nothing to do that. So no doubt it is the third choice where you have 10 millimole of HCl. 100 ml 0.1 molar HCl means 10 millimole HCl, which is hydrolyzing CH3COONA, which is 20 millimole, 200 ml 0.1 molar. So out of 20, 10 millimole will react and 10 millimole of acetic acid will be formed and 10 millimole of this will be remaining. So this formed is 10 millimole and this remaining is 10 millimole and they together can act as a acidic buffer. This is the combination of an acidic buffer. A weak acid with its conjugate base is able to act as a acidic buffer. Next question. Let NaCl, let CNaCl, C barium sulfate, the conductance for the particular solutions at a temperature T. Which of the following is false statement? That is what the question. Which of the following is a false statement? That is the question. Suppose we take up the first statement. Ionic mobilities of ions from both salts increase with the temperature. See, with increase in temperature, ionic mobilities will increase because that is the nature of electrolytes. Second choice. Conductance NaCl greater than that of barium sulfate at a given temperature. That is a true statement because this will ionize completely while this is having a very low solubility. Next one. Conductance NaCl T2 is greater than conductance NaCl T1, where T2 is greater than T1. That is what commented in the first choice. When the temperature increases, average kinetic energy of the ions will increase, mobility will increase. Obviously, the conductance will increase. Last choice. Conductance barium sulfate T2 greater than that of T1. For T2 greater than T1. See, that too is an endothermic dissolution. An endothermic dissolution is favored at a high temperature. So when the temperature increases, the dissolution increases, quite naturally the conductance will increase. So there is basically no answer in that question. To take it as more correctly, we don't have a suitable crystal clear answer there. Next one. Anti-fertility drug Novostrol. Novostrol can react with. Novostrol can react with. This is one kind of question which we find recently. Based on the molecular structural entity, the questions are coming, but only name is given without giving the formula or the molecular structure. So we have to know the molecular structure. This is Novostrol. Something missing here. There must be OH here. This is ethinyl estradiol, Novostrol. And the answer key given, first choice. This is what the answer key given. Bromine water test. Bromine water test. Yes, it will give bromine water test because it carry unsaturation. Lucas test. Lucas test. It can give Lucas test as there is an alcoholic group here. And FeCl3 test of phenolic group. Yes, it can give because there is phenolic group there. So unless you know what is the molecular entities and the features of Novostrol molecule, you won't be able to answer this question. So we have to thoroughly look at the molecular structures, especially those molecules in the last chapter, chemistry in daily life. Next question. So is the first choice. The volume strength of 8.9 molar H2O2 solution calculated at 273 Kelvin and 1 atm is. Numerical question. Volume strength of 8.9 H2O2 solution. So molarity and volume strength, it is a non-relationship. It is a non-relationship. That is, molarity is equal to volume strength divided by 11.2, or in particular 11.35 according to the new standards. So what is the volume strength? It is molarity into 11.2. It is molarity into 11.2 and will be rounded off to, you are getting this figure, and will be rounded off to 100. That is the answer. Rounded off to 100. That is the answer. Next question. The mole fraction of glucose in an aqueous binary solution is 0.1. The mass percentage of water in it to the nearest integer is. Another simple question only. You are given with the mole fraction of glucose 0.1. That means 0.1 mole glucose and 0.9 mole water. So what is the percentage of water? It is 0.9 mole into 18 gram divided by total mass into 100. Will take you to the answer. So mass of water divided by total mass into 100. That's all. And we know when we say the mole fraction of glucose, we know what is the mole fraction of water. Next one. So we take up to the answer 47, close figure. Next one. The photoelectric current from sodium, work function 2.3, is stopped by the output voltage of the cell. Platinum, hydrogen, HCl, AgCl, Ag. The pH of aqueous HCl required to stop the photoelectric current from 2.25 electron volt. All other conditions remaining the same is. The answer to be reported x into 10 power minus 2 to the nearest integer. And E0 for AgCl given, and the simplified values are also given. Have a look at that. This is what the cell reaction, Nernst equation. This is what the Nernst equation for the concerned cell. E is equal to E0 minus 0.06 by 1 log H plus concentration into Cl minus concentration by partial pressure of hydrogen square, raised to half, of which you can find the voltage. This voltage you can find out applying the given data, and you are getting 0.34 volt. That is the EMF of the cell. 0.34 volt. That is the EMF of the cell. Therefore, total energy of the photon will be 2.3 plus 0.34. Very simple point. This is the metal over the surface of which the light is falling. Over the surface of which the light is falling. So what is the energy of the light? The work function, see, electrons are ejected. Electrons are ejected. These electrons are ejected, and those electrons are stopped by giving a potential 0.34 volt. And the work function of the metal is 2.3. So minimum energy required to eject is 2.3 and is stopped by 0.34. That means the energy given by radiation will be the sum of this and this. So it is energy of the photon. It is 2.3 plus 0.34, that is 2.64. Now stopping potential required for the next case. Stopping potential required for the next situation, where the work function is given 2.25. Where the work function given is 2.25. Where the energy of the photon is 2.64 and the work function is 2.25. So the ejected electron comes with a kinetic energy 0.39. So you need to apply that potential against to stop the electrons. So in the second case, the work function is 2.25. Energy of electron is 2.64. So this minus this, that is the energy of ejected electron, that is 0.39. And you need to give an opposing potential 0.39. This is the stopping potential you need. Now that means this is now 0.39. Now once again we are applying the same equation. E is equal to 0.39. And what is the concentration of H plus? That is the question. We know concentration of H plus and Cl minus is equal. Therefore, we can give H plus Cl minus, you can give same H plus. So it is H plus square divided by partial pressure of hydrogen raised to half. When you apply this value is E, that is this one, and E0 we know, you can find out what is the H plus concentration or what is the pH hence. Once you get H plus concentration, you can find the pH. Once you get H plus concentration, you can get the pH. Or straight away minus log H plus concentration. Minus log H plus concentration is minus log H plus concentration square. It is minus 2 log H plus concentration. It is nothing but 2 times pH. So what is the pH? This you can get from the data and thereby you can get what is the pH, rounded off to 1.42. So what will be the answer coming? See, the answer to be reported as, x into 10 power minus 2. So the answer should be 142. That must be the answer. So 142 into 10 power minus 2, you will get 1.42. 142 is to be the reported answer. Okay. Next question. An element with a molar mass given forms a cubic unit cell with edge length 405 picometer. Density given, radius of the element is to be reported approximately once again x into 10 power minus 2 meters, minus 12 meters. That way we need to represent. It is something missing, cubic. It's simply cubic is not enough. It has to be CCP, cubic close packed structure, CCP. It has to be mentioned CCP or BCC. As in the question, it is CCP. Now we know the equation, density equation. It is Zm by Na A cube, all data given. Zm by Na A cube, all data given. Oh, what are the data given? Molar mass is given. It is not a matter of giving the system. Molar mass is given, edge length is given, density is given. So we have to find out Z. So D is equal to Zm by Na A cube. Zm by Na A cube. This is given, this is given, this is given. We will determine what is Z. And by determining Z, we will identify the geometry. So Z is calculated, all data when substituted, Z is calculated as 3.98 taken as 4. Z means rank. So rank coming 4 means it is FCC. For FCC, what is the atomic radius? All of you know it is root 2a is equal to 4r. This value given, you can find out what is the r value. Edge length is given, so you can find out what is the r value. And answer finally coming 143 something into 10 power minus 12. So the answer here will be 143 to the nearest integer. 143 to the nearest integer. Once again, density given, molar mass given, edge length given. Once we know what type of crystal system, that is whether BCC or FCC, normally. So is it coming 2 or is it coming 4? Once you get to that, you get the relation for A and R to find out the atomic radius finally. Next question. Total number of monohalogenated organic product in the following reaction. Total number of monohalogenated organic products in the following reaction, including stereoisomers. To start with the simplest optically active alkene, which is the simplest optically active alkene, and that you are reducing, and then it is halogenated. That means monohalogenation. You see that this is the simplest alkene which can show optical activity. That is the simplest alkene which can show optical activity. You have methyl group and you have hydrogen, one double bonded vinyl group and one ethyl group. Now upon reduction, this double bond is gone and you are getting this one. And now that is treated for monochlorination. Now the point is that when that is treated for monochlorination, these are the results. See result number 1, chlorine can come here. When the chlorine comes here, when the chlorine comes at one terminal, this carbon turns chiral center. So once that is chiral center, it will have two compounds, dextro-levo. Now suppose chlorine is coming at this point, it is like this carbon and this carbon turn chiral center. So now there are two chiral centers with unsymmetric molecule. It will be 2 raised to 2. There are 4 isomers. So 2 plus 4, 6. Now the chlorine may come over here. It is not optically active, so only one compound. Now the chlorine may come over this methyl group, coming over here, right? It is not optically active, only one compound. So this one, it is optically active, 2 compounds. This one optically active, 2 chiral centers, 4 compounds. This one only one, so it is 1, 1. So that takes you to the answer. That is 2 plus 4, 6 plus 2, 8 is the answer. There are 8 possibilities including the stereoisomers. There are 8 compounds including the stereoisomers. Right? And that was the last question in that paper. We will meet with another discussion, another paper. Okay, bye. See you.